These are the three factors that are going to determine whether you succeed or not in terms of your fitness goals. Hi guys, this is Michael Coy, owner of GymHeroGear.com, and we're going to talk about three things that are going to be very vital towards your fitness goals. Not ranked in importance, so these are just the three main things that are going to be pretty important for you. Number one, your nutrition. I'm sure you've heard it all before, so I'm just going to go over it in a glossy kind of way. No matter what your goal is, whether you're trying to lose weight, gain weight, stay the same weight, put on 30 pounds of muscle, lose 800 pounds of fat, whatever the fuck, your nutrition is going to be the key, period. No matter how hard you work, if you're eating like crap, you're just going to be a strong fat person. And that's the main key that I try to instill in every one of my clients, all online clients, in-person clients. Doesn't matter. Your nutrition is going to be the key for it. That's why initially I try to get everyone to do some form of tracking. So I use MyFitnessPal a lot. But track that just so you have an idea of what it is that you're putting into your body. I have a saying: people tend to overestimate how hard they work and underestimate how crappy they eat. And so when you're able to be honest with yourself and look at that, that's where you're going to really find success. So when you're starting using the app or whatever, however you want to do, whether you go old school and you write it down, you want to be honest with yourself. Actually fully put on there what you're eating and drinking. That's really important, the drinking aspect as well. So it's not simply, oh, I ate 2 pieces of grape this morning and that's it. Like, really fucking right, what's going on? So if you drank 6 Miller Lights, I'm sorry, that counts. That has an effect on what we're trying to do, on what you're trying to do. So that aspect is paramount towards anything. You've got to be honest with yourself, really put down everything what's going on. Which leads to number 2, as I was saying, people overestimate how hard they work. The second thing is your work output, or your intensity. So you may get a program, and no matter how great a program is, it doesn't matter unless you're doing the work, right? I could write out the best workout you've ever seen in your life, but if you're not doing it, then it's pointless. Especially since I'm not there with you, or some other trainer's not there with you, you have to have that intensity on your own. And that's where all this comes in. So say for instance, you have, like, let's say a standard thing is you're doing 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps of bench press, doesn't matter. Now you grab a moderately light weight and you're just cranking through those 12 reps. Well, you basically just didn't do shit. Like, if you're not engaging your muscles, if they're not starting to get fatigued by, say, number 6, 7, if that 8 through 12 isn't starting to become a grind, then you've just wasted a set, because that set doesn't count. You're not engaging the muscles. You're not pushing them a little bit beyond what they can do, and thus you're not enabling that growth. You're not stimulating that intensity. You're not really trying. And so if you're just like, if you just wanted to write down like, hey, I did 3 sets of 12, but you didn't have any intensity, then it's a waste of an exercise. It just is. So the main thing is, even if you don't get to the 8, did you push yourself? Did you bring intensity to your workout? Did you strive through everything? Did you try? I mean, that's all that matters. Did you try hard? And so if you can honestly say that with a straight face, then yes, you crushed it. So intensity is going to be that, no matter what your goal is, whether you're doing powerlifting, you're going 2 reps or whatever, did you push? Like say the plan called for 8 to 12, and you could have easily cranked out 20, then you need to step up the weight or step up the exercise. And the third most important thing is the thing everybody hates, cardio. So there are two main forms of cardio: LISS, LISS, low intensity steady state cardio. I almost said low impact, but kind of the same thing. Low intensity steady state cardio. This is cardio where your heart rate is staying at a steady pace throughout. So we're talking about things like walking up a hill, not walking, just walking around, walking up a hill where your heart rate is getting elevated, jogging, even though I hate jogging, jump rope, Stairmaster, things like that, just where you're staying at a steady pace throughout. This kind of cardio you're going to be doing longer than the next type of cardio, which is HIIT, high intensity interval training. So we're talking things like a Tabata, so you're doing 20 seconds of really intense activity, 10 seconds of rest, 20 seconds, 10 seconds of rest, over and over, 8 times for like 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That's high intensity interval training where your heart rate is spiking, coming down a little bit, spiking, coming down a little bit, versus just being pretty steady throughout. Now, high intensity interval HIIT, you don't have to do as long to get the same effect. So, say for instance, a round of HIIT, I don't know what you'd be doing, whether you're doing a Tabata burpees, let's say, or you're doing sprints, wind sprints outside. You would be doing that for like 15, 20 minutes versus a round of LISS training where you'll be doing that for 30 to 45 minutes to get roughly the same effect. So whatever form works for you, go with that. For my clients, I like to get them to do at least five cardio sessions a week, depending on their goals. Like if you're trying to gain a lot of weight and you're a hard gainer, we're obviously going to cut down on your cardio sessions. We still want to make sure you're not putting on fat as you're putting on weight. So there'll be really focusing on your diet and things like that. But in general speaking, most of my clients are trying to lose weight. So we're really focused on get those added cardio sessions 5 times a week, especially if you can fasted cardio. That's cardio that you do in the morning. At that point, you're using more fat to burn your calories. You're engaging in fat cells first. So those 3 things are going to be really important. Like I said, nutrition is the key. If your nutrition is crap, then this whole thing is pointless. Unless you're trying to be a power lifter, because those guys don't give a shit. You just eat and lift heavy. Your workout intensity, how hard are you working? That's important, as well as cardio. Cardio is like kind of important, depending for you. But if you want to get like really defined, then you got to do some cardio. So I hope this helps. I hope you do them all. This is pretty important. And I hope to see you guys shredded pretty soon. All right, peace.